My first job tonight is to thank Directors Kagan and Estromera for crafting the principles that this board has been waiting for a document to read, to understand, to either debate, support, or deny. And our staff, our incredible staff that we have, the most knowledgeable, professional people that any public agency or private entity could possibly have at their disposal at any given time. I call, I get a response immediately regarding these questions, the dialogue, the positions that we are asked to take. There's some discussion here. Vice Chair Santos brought it up about the meeting that was held a week ago, yesterday as a matter of fact, which was rather a surprise. I get a phone call from Governor Brown's office saying you're invited to a meeting. And really there were no other details, and I didn't know who else was going to be at this meeting. Well, later I found out, and I'll share that with you. It was sponsored by the Santa Clara Valley Leadership Group, Carl Gardino's group, business advocates, along with labor. It was hosted by CEO President Jed York at Levi Stadium. And the two principal invitees from the board were Chair and Vice Chair, along with our CEO, Norma Camacho. So we get in this room, and we're sitting there. Carl is introducing all his principals and CEOs of various companies and giving kudos to the governor, and he says, hold it, time out. He says, I don't want to talk about myself, and thank you all for being here, but I want to talk to these two guys. That's us. And he asked us a straight-on question. Are you supporting the tunnels or are you not supporting the tunnels? Well, we engaged him. We did not tell the governor what he came to hear. We asked him questions. We actually got involved in a dialogue. And it was quite interesting how it all ended. At the end of the day, I'm walking out. He said, hey, he says, call me. This is the governor. Well, I don't have your number. Well, here, punch this number in. So I punch the number in, and I hear the phone ring. And I have a district phone that has a no caller ID on it. He says, wait a minute. You've got my phone number, but I don't have yours. I said, well, I'll text you my numbers, which I did. He said, I'm going to call you. Well, last night, 6:30 in the evening, I'm getting ready to do some personal business, and my phone rings, and it's Governor Brown. So what are you going to do? Are you going to take a position as? I said, I'm in the same state of mind that I was a week ago, with the exception now that you have a copy of this resolution with these 7 principles, and I'm very supportive of what that's going to be. So he's still debating me, and he's still pushing me. And I said to him, what I heard by Secretary John Laird, Secretary of Natural Resources, he made a comment during this meeting a week ago that if Santa Clara Valley Water District is not at the table, then you can't vote on the project. You cannot vote on the scope of the project. I said, the scope of the project? So that's the first time I heard that there was a potential alternative from a double tunnel, 2 tunnels to a single tunnel. It wasn't stated, but I heard the scope of the project. As it turned out, that's exactly what we're proposing. And in a private meeting that I had with Secretary John Laird this last week, he said, John, we're open to the idea of a single tunnel versus the twin tunnels. And I thought, wow, now that's an interesting conversation. And here are the principals advocating just for that. This board was not unaligned. We're not aligned on a twin tunnel project. But as we are hearing today, on these 7 principles that we're receiving today, we are aligned. The water district is about 3 tenets: water supply, flood control, and environment. I live in District 1, which is from the eastern foothills of San Jose, south through the open space and agriculture community of South County, through Morgan Hill, San Martin, and Gilroy. That is the last vestige of open space and agriculture. I received letters of support from agriculture. People are suggesting that agriculture is dead and dying. They are so wrong. Agriculture is thriving in our state. We have a new resurgence of grape growers in South County and wine, boutique wine shops and growers and wholesalers that are coming, that are rebirthing the Santa Clara County area, along with some boutique farms, etc. So it's not dying, it's coming into a resurgence. Open space is thriving. Our species are growing and traveling across 101. Talk about tunnels. We've created tunnels under 101 so the fox and all the other creatures and wildlife can actually go from the eastern side to the western side and vice versa. So, and the water district is involved in all of that. We're about that as well. So listening to my colleagues, listening to the public, listening to my new BFF, the governor, it's been a challenge for all of this board until recently when we all received this information that we can sit here and actually have an open discussion. And I thought it was absolutely incredible how this board has come together. We coalesced. And as you heard, we're getting support for what this is. Is it a perfect solution? No. But it's a working document that we could start with and move forward and develop a working plan with the state of California for the single largest state water project since the 1960s. And I too will go on record to support this project.